Hello and welcome to the second installment of my Christmas movie review. I'm Calendar99 and today we're going to be doing a review of Black Christmas, released in 1974. Black Christmas is a 1970s Christmas slasher movie which originally had the name Silent Night, Deadly Night, and I believe was also named Stranger in the House. I would have kept, and then we kept it Black Christmas. And the title Black Christmas, I thought, which probably the whole world thinks, that since the title is Black Christmas, you're thinking that it's going to be a movie about a black family spending Christmas together. No, you're deadly wrong. And this is a slasher film. And but I would have kept the name Stranger in the House, which I will go into that when I get into the review. This film was directed by Bob Clark, who you all know. If you don't, Bob Clark is the director that directed the classic holiday movie A Christmas Story. And this was I think this movie came out first before Christmas Story. But anyway, there's two Black Christmases. There's this one, and then there's a remake which was released in 2006. I'm not even going to talk about that one. So, sorry about that. Black Christmas is a 1974 slasher movie, which is about a group of sorority girls in a sorority house that are being taunted by a unknown killer who is making obscene phone calls to the house, threatening the girls with violence. And probably the main sorority girl is her name is Jess Bradford, played by Olivia Hussey, who, if you all know, Olivia Hussey was in Romeo and Juliet. She's really really hot. She was hot back then. And then you have the friend of Jess, whose name is Phil, played by Andrea Martin, who actually played the house mother in the remake. I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong, correct me. And then you have another sort of quiet, smart girl named Claire Harrison, who, and then you have the snarky, smart-ass bitch, sorority girl who is the alcoholic and smoker, and she played by Margot Kidder. Her name is Barb. And she's so funny throughout the movie. There's one scene at the police station where she gives the address of the sorority house to one of the cops, Sergeant Nash. And this part's so funny. She gave him a fake address called Fellatio 0509. It was so funny. And then the lieutenant in this film, played by Lieutenant Fuller, played by John Saxton, sees the note and they just start laughing their asses off, and he's like, Nash, what is this? It's the number sorority house. Yeah, she gave it to me. He doesn't get the joke. He's like, I know, something dirty, ain't it? It was just funny. And then you have the boyfriend of Jess, whose name is Peter Smythe, and I don't remember the actor's name, so sorry about that. Now, the the killer in this movie is probably, and this movie is the one thing that I really probably did not like about it is the fact that you never saw the killer. I mean, we see his shadow in one part of the film with and we see in the scene where he's about to kill Margot Kidder with the glass unicorn. We see his face with one eye, but the rest of his body's shaded. But that's all. That's pretty much the only time we see him. Another thing that I like about this film is the whole cliche with the whole camera hooked to the camera guy and does the whole killer's point of view thing like in the original Halloween movie. But I'd say that the POV shots in this movie are way better than in the beginning of in the original Halloween, because in Halloween all you saw was a moving camera, like it was somebody's point of view. In this film we get like sounds of breathing, like because he does a lot of climbing up ladders and stuff, and footsteps walking around. In Halloween we didn't get any of that. We just got a moving camera. So needless to say, I like this movie with that whole thing. The killer makes like I said, he makes obscene phone calls to the girls regarding to, and the whole story with the phone calls sort of kind of tells you the backstory of, sort of tells you the logic of the killer, because he voices pretty much of the whole thing. Like all the things that you hear in the phone calls are basically all the killer's life. The killer's name is Billy, who supposedly abused his baby sister Agnes, which you can hear in one of the calls, like a girl crying like, "Don't, Billy, don't!" And then you hear another woman who's supposed to be the mother going, "What your mother and I must know is, where did you put the baby?" And that kind of gives you morals for the thing. Apparently Billy does not like girls, so he starts killing the sorority girls. I mean, there's really no background about the killer, like, completely shown. You see a full backstory of the killer in the remake, but in this one it's more creepy to have just a killer not knowing what's going on. But this is something that today's audiences would demand. The voice of the killer is just phenomenon. The killer is voiced by Nick Mancuso, who does the main voice of the killer. In the scene where he kills Margot Kidder, he goes into the bedroom and finds a glass unicorn with a pointy end, and he kills Margot Kidder with it. And this is happening upstairs while Jess is listening to a bunch of kids singing a Christmas carol, and she doesn't know nothing about it. And before he kills Margot Kidder, you hear him whisper like, "Agnes, it's me, Billy. It's alright, Agnes, it's alright. Shh, pretty Agnes." It's really creepy. It's one of those chilling moments. one of the Billy's first victim is Claire Harrison, who is packing in her room, and here's the house mother's cat meowing in the closet, but Billy is hiding in the closet, and then Claire goes into the closet with and then Billy takes a plastic bag and just puts it over her head and suffocates her. And then after that scene, the house mother, whose name is Mrs. Mack, who literally just who cracks me up. The house mother is sort of another alcoholic person who hides booze bottles throughout the house. She hides them in a book and in the toilet so that the people don't see it. But and while the girls are down opening presents when the house mother gets home, Billy is dragging the body up to the attic of the house, which is where he hides all the bodies and hides out. And then the house mother's death is probably one that is kind of, I don't know, but she hears her cat crying in the attic, which I don't get how it got up there. Probably Billy put it up there to make one of his victims come up there. And she sees Claire's corpse sitting in the chair by the window in the corner of the attic, and hears Billy make a groan like, "Rrr," and swings this hook, and it gets in her, and he just drags her up there, and she's dead. Jess's boyfriend, Peter Smythe, is one of those kind of he acts kind of crazy, but he's sort of that one of those real, I don't know how to describe it, but he's sort of angry, and he almost looks identical to Billy. Billy wears this green sweater and blue jeans. Peter wears the exact same thing. Except for the blue jeans part. Peter wears the green sweater and all that. He has sort of the same haircut as Billy. And that is when it made me believe that Peter was the killer. The score for Black Christmas was done by Carl Zitterer, and this music was really eerie. And I think it just suits the movie with, I think it was just an amazing score. It's not like that whole screamy, scary tones for like Halloween and all that. It's more of like subtle music. But it's very well done. Now, Black Christmas is not one of those films where it has all the blood and guts and stuff. And like I said, I think they should have kept the title Stranger in the House, because technically Billy does hide in the house throughout the film, and I just think that would have been a better title. So, with the end, everybody assumed that there was going to be a sequel to Black Christmas, but there wasn't. And and here is a little funny known fact, which I never knew until I watched a documentary on this film. John Carpenter had asked if Bob Clark was going to make another Black Christmas. And he said, "No, I don't think I want to. I want to go in different directions." And John Carpenter said, "Well, if you were to make another one, what would you do?" And he said, "It'll be, he was captured after all. He was put in an institution, and the movie will begin the night he escapes back in town, and they don't know about it, and I'm going to call it Halloween." John Carpenter took that and ran with it, and that's pretty much how we got Halloween. So, thankful for that. So, Halloween was pretty much almost like a sequel to Black Christmas. Well, it could have been, but definitely I recommend this film I'd recommend seeing this film if you're a fan of Christmas slasher movies, and it's worth checking out. So that's it for my review. I hope you enjoyed it, and Merry Christmas to y'all. We got 7 days, and don't forget to subscribe for more content. If you have any questions, post it down in the comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that, and I'll see you guys later.